What?
Is this every week?
God willing, this is just Howard coming on. Howard, good to
Okay.
see you.
Just let me know. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Howard, good to see you.
Good to
If
see.
not everyone on this screen met Howard, Howard I met on the beach at one of our meetings, and has been such an amazing guy. Though he ditched me for the high holidays, I still love him. But I'm sure you had a good one. A new grandpa he is, with the new
Oh, Mazel
grandson.
tov.
So mazel
Thank
tov to him. But let's go over here. The way we'll do this is as I do always. I mute everyone, but you have the ability to unmute. Okay, so I do that just so that the background noise and everything stays out. But feel free to chime in. Now, basically, what I want to do over here. I thought about it yesterday, and I was like, you have an inspiration, you got to jump on it. And what we spoke about so much on the high holidays is Hashem, God, developing the relationship. I guaranteed each and every one of you that if we can actually develop that relationship, we can make it more of a part of us, our lives would be completely different. So I said, and I spoke about how in order to build a relationship, you need to spend time with that person. We do that physically when we have a friend. So we need to do the same thing with God. We have to spend time with Hashem, which came to my mind. Well, we got to go on dates with God. So I said, you know what? Let's do this once a week. We'll just for 20 minutes, we'll get on, not long. Maybe we'll have to do it a little bit earlier for Steve. I saw him yawning a few times. But just for like 20 minutes to basically go on a date with God, because there's so many rich verses and psukim that we can find within the Tehillim, within the different books, the different rabbis that bring down. And as I mentioned this to Howard in the past, if we can focus on one verse, on one point, on one idea, and make that our mantra throughout the week, that every day on the verse we're going to do today, before everyone got on, I was repeating it to myself, because the more we have this verse, after saying it 10 times, you'll have it memorized in Hebrew or in English. Then as you're going and as you're driving, you can meditate. This can be your mantra. And when that is, you'll realize how it's becoming more of a part of you. You'll feel it more inside of you. You'll see when you're come up against a challenge or a difficulty or something, where although maybe you won't necessarily feel everything right away, but you'll have the mindset to say, like, turning to Hashem, turning to God right away. And what we'll do is that after this is done, I'll send out the pasuk, the verse that we did, with some of the pointers, and it's something that we can really meditate and focus on throughout the week. So the pasuk I wanted to discuss today was a pasuk in Psalm 62, and it's verse 9. And a lot of what I'm getting is from this little book here, which is called the Mitzvahs HaBitachon. And it's this little book which just gives so many different ideas, going through so many different verses in terms of I'm sorry, just trying to see if I need to let anyone in. In terms of focusing on the actual bitachon, which is faith in God. So this verse it says, Bitchu bo b'chol eis. It says, trust in Hashem at every moment. Bitchu bo b'chol eis am. Trust in Hashem at every moment, O people. Shivchu lefanav levavchem. Pour out your hearts in front of Him, in front of God. Elokim mechaseh lanu selah. God is our refuge. And the word selah at the end is not really a good explanation for it, but the best explanation I saw is yoo-hoo. It's like, yay. Yeah, that expression of selah, which can have different meanings, which doesn't have a real expression, but it's like, This is amazing. And if you think about it, you focus on this. So what this actually means, Bitchu bo b'chol eis am. Have faith in God in every moment, O people. Shivchu lefanav levavchem. Pour out your heart to God. Don't worry about it. Elokim mechas selanu. God is our refuge. Woo! You know, that's really the feeling that we need to have. And what does it mean, Bitchu bo b'chol eis am? Have faith in God in every moment. Yes, that's every moment. It's the big challenges we have in life. It's the medium challenges we have in life, and it's the small challenges we have in life. Yes, even finding a parking spot at 9 o'clock at night on Franklin Boulevard on the grid. Yes, Tracy, you know what I'm talking about. All right, is that even something like that, when the car pulls out and I'm pulling up, the first thing I do is turn to Hashem and say thank you. We can throw it up to luck. We can throw it up to coincidence. But knowing that Hashem is with us in every moment decides whether I get the parking spot or whether I don't get the parking spot. It's a hard feeling to bring into our heart. But when we realize Bitchu bo b'chol eis am, and the big things, during the big times, during the big challenges, and during the smaller and the not such big challenges. I had someone today, someone today sent me an email about wanting to getting into a relationship. I don't think he's on, but 63 years old, wants to know, yes, we're dating with God, but he wants to date a girl. I said, we don't have actual programming for that right now, but I'll keep you in mind. I think about Barbara as Luis, if I'm saying the name correctly, is it Luisa was talking about before, is that, Barbara build up this sukkah. And unfortunately, with the storm last night, her sukkah was destroyed. Nada. It's not there anymore. And she's thinking about getting a sukkah for next year. I want her to get a sukkah this year. Turning to Hashem in all these different types of circumstances, big and small. And the biggest challenge is really within the house. I'm talking to myself here. It's not only when we're out of the house and we're by ourselves. Is it bitchu bo b'chol eis am? Is it having faith in God at every single moment? But it's even it's in the times that we're in the house of realizing that every meltdown that's in my house, where so many times I tell my kids, I'm like, I don't know how to deal with this one. But Chevy's bothering me, Ahuva's bothering me, Malki's getting involved. I don't know. They never trained me for this. I'm at a loss. I don't know what to do. But to realize that I can also turn to Hashem. I said, I want to act properly. I want to be the best dad in this circumstance. Please help me react in the right way. Right? I'm bitchu bo b'chol eis am, in the house, outside the house, whether I'm talking to someone up high, talking to someone down low, in every single situation, bitchu bo b'chol eis am, in that traffic jam, whoever I'm dealing with. And what's the next step? As the pasuk says, it's shivchu lefanav levavchem, pour out your heart. Pour out your heart, as we've said so many times during the service, before we went into that Shemona Esrei, that silent prayer. When we took those 3 steps forward and we stepped into our soul, we said, now it's our opportunity to pour out your heart in front of God. Yes, and that is really whatever is in your heart. Nothing is too small. Nothing is insignificant to our loving God in heaven, who cares about every little thing that we do. As King David tells us, someone who went through so much trouble in his life, tells us, Shivchu lefanav levavchem, pour out your heart, because don't worry about it. Elokim mechas selanu, he's our refuge, he's our shade, he's our shadow, he's a shade for us. Imagine we had constant protection by the FBI, or maybe I don't know if you trust the FBI, I don't trust the FBI, but surrounded by tanks and constantly having that protection. And that's what we have. That's what we have to realize we have with God. And when you realize that, and the more we say that, then we say Selah, the last word of the pasuk, Selah, which is Yahoo, it's yay. It's an amazing feeling when we can get this pasuk in our hearts. The good times, the big deals, the small deals, the middle deals. Steve, you're still Steve, after this, you're still yawning on me? It was a tough day, I know. I love Steve. I know I can say that. I know I can say. But really getting through this idea in our minds, and I really want to hear in the last 5 minutes. You know, I'm gonna unmute unmute all. I don't know how to do that. Everyone can unmute themselves. That's fine. Okay, I asked you all to unmute. Just unmute yourself, and really, as you see, and I'm telling you, this, you know, you might think I'm animated. I'm into this, and the truth is, you know, when I first, you gave me a 3.
Yeah, 3 glasses of wine.
He's a kibitzer.
Yes, he's the best. But you know, you might think that when I first started this, oh, did I have this energy? I'm really on fire now. I don't need to have a coffee right now. And the truth is, I said this and I focused on it. I said it and I focused on it about, well, how many times did I say this verse? 6 times, 7 times? I repeated the idea a bunch of times. I repeated myself. Okay, I said it maybe in different ways, but I repeated myself. But it really, that's what takes it from our mind. We take things that are in our mind from our mouths and bring it into our hearts. I know, you know, Howard agrees with this 100%, you know, being the life coach that he is. Just so much, we have so many ideas in our mind, so many ideas we can say, we can talk. But the real person we're going to become, the real influence we're going to have on ourselves, and by therefore influencing others, is really what we bring into our hearts. So this puzzle, I'm going to email it to each and every one of you, print it out, you know, we'll write some of the pointers. Every single day, spend some time, make it a mantra. You might have other mantras you say every morning, but make this, and then we could go through this year when we come to next high holidays. Say, God, I spent time developing that relationship with you. I don't know. I'm going to guarantee this because it's true. It's true. When we do this and we focused on it, but it's a consistency of focus. It doesn't have to be an all-day focus. It will turn into more time the more you focus on it. But it's I'll get you in a second, Howard, but it's a consistency type of focus that's going to become more of you. So I'm going to email this out to you, Howard. What do you have to say?
It helps build character and integrate the spirit. And those are the driving forces to make so many things in life go easier and better, and to be able to understand the downsides in a better way, as lessons instead of punishment or mistakes.
100%,
and to be
right?
grateful
Be grateful, and you can really transform the different, as Howard was saying, is really transforming the different situations in life. Well, how do you view it? You know, I'm viewing this as this is a punishment, right? That's so important. Sometimes we can say, this is a punishment, or I'm in the gym, right? I'm working out, and this is going to make me greater. This is going to make me better by overcoming this. You know, it's so true. Laurel, I see you made it on. It's good to see you. I'm sorry we're almost done, but now
That's
you know
okay.
for the future.
You just have to send me the link.
Yeah, so I'll get you the link. So anyone else want to share something on what we spoke about today? Charles, what do you have to say? I haven't heard your voice in a long time.
Sorry, LJ, I was unmuting myself. Yeah, no, it was very good holidays. Yeah, we just we did these services with the New York Central Synagogue and Zoomed with a bunch of friends. It was nice and quiet.
All right, nice.
Definitely a little different this year.
Yes, a little bit different. So that's what we'll do. As I said, you know, if we do want to make this, you know, at other times longer and go on for a longer amount of time, we can make that, as I try to do during the services. When you give me a thumbs up?
Yeah, thumbs up.
No, as I did by the services, I try to you know, really try to keep to the time. When we say we're going to be out, I try to keep to that, and I cut some things
Thank you, Rabbi.
out when we're out. And I said this is going to be about 20 minutes, but it could be a powerful 20 minutes. It's not a big commitment doing 20 minutes Wednesday night. And we're trying to do this every Wednesday night. I'll send out a following email. I'll send out a reminder email. And please, if there's any, as I mentioned in the email after the high holidays, anytime you want to mention anything, talk about anything, learn about anything, we're here. But this is the key. This is the key. Have faith in God in everything, the big things, the small things. Pour out your heart, whatever's in your heart. The big things, the important things, the things you think are insignificant. Pour out your heart to God, because don't worry about it. Elokim mechasalanu, God is our refuge. And then you say Selah. It's like, woohoo! It's an amazing. That was the best translation I found out for it. Selah, woohoo! That's gonna be the next. That's gonna make it to the next high holidays. Everyone who joins here is gonna be, when I say Selah, everybody's gonna go woohoo, right? So that's what we got so far for today. Thank you all so much for joining. It gives me strength knowing that.
Thank you, Rabbi.
People are
Thank you so much.
People want want this a little bit more, and we'll get together again next Wednesday night, which will be Sukkot. But we'll work it out. We'll make it happen. Have a great night, everyone.
Good night. Stay well. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.